Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rent electricity. Okay. So if you remember, the previous chapter that we discussed about was static electricity. The electricity part is same, but now in case of static, it has become now current. Now, what is the difference between them? Static means what? Static means moving or not moving.
তার এক জায়গায় মানে এক জায়গায় থাকে কোনো মুভ করে না
Very good, not moving. Okay, previously we stored the charges and they were not moving, so this is static electricity. Now we will see that the charges are flowing through some conductor. Okay, so if you remember, we could actually charge object, right, by some process, maybe through friction or some other process. We could charge the object. Okay, so let us say we have two body of opposite nature of charges. One is positively charged, another one is negatively charged. So definitely there will be some potential difference between them. We have already learned about potential difference, right? So if there is potential difference between them, and then you make them you connect them through some conductor. It has to be a conductor. What is conductor? Inshallah we will get to know. Okay. So then what will happen? Now the electrons will flow, right? Electrons will be flowing from the negatively charged body to the positively charged body, right? And hence a little bit later what will happen? This negatively charged body will lose all of its extra electron, and this body which has lack of electron will gain electron. So as a result it will become neutral, and this will also become neutral, and the flow of charge will not be there anymore. Because when both of them become neutral, the potential difference becomes zero. If you remember, we discussed about this. To get a charge flow, there must be potential difference. Like I gave you an example, whenever two bodies come into contact with each other, there will be heat flow only if
there is potential
heat flow. Heat flow doesn't depend on potential difference. Heat is related to temperature. So if there is temperature difference between the bodies, then only when they come into contact with each other, there will be some heat flow, right? If both the bodies are at same temperature, then what will happen? No temperature difference, no heat flow. Same here, two bodies, you connected them through a conductor. Now the question is whether there will be any charge flow or not. Charge flow is current flow. Okay, we say that current is flowing. That is what it is. Okay, the charge flow. Okay, the direction of current, inshallah we will talk about that later, but for now let us just understand that the flow of electron, the flow of this charge, negative charge, is called flow of current. Okay, current is there, we will say. So this current will flow until there is potential difference. Okay, or the potential difference becomes zero. Until the potential becomes zero, and potential difference becomes zero, there will be current flow. Just like till the temperature difference was there, it was flowing. Here, till the potential difference is there, the current will be flowing. Please always remember, this is a very important MCQ, that what causes the current flow? What causes the charge to flow? The answer is potential difference. If you can develop potential difference between 2 points, you can and you connect that point through a conductor, then what you can say that okay, there will be some current flow, okay, or there will be some charge flow. Is it clear? Okay, till now in the previous chapter we did not connect them. If we do not connect them, is there any way of the charge flowing? Okay, can this charge travel from here to here if there is no path between them? It's like the bridge has been cut off, so it cannot actually jump over just from here to here, right? So they were stored in separate bodies. Okay, so there was no movement of the charge. Okay, But now you can see that there is movement of charge. Why? Because we will connect them. As soon as we connect them, the charge will start flowing, and this flow of charge is what we call electric current or current flow or electricity. Okay. Acha. Now the question comes, in our houses, we get continuous current flow, right? In our houses, we get continuous current flow. It does not happen like that, okay, for 2 minutes we got current flow, then stop, then after 2 minutes again we got, no, it's continuous. But what we got to know here, till the potential difference become zero. See, as as soon as you make them connect, what will happen? The charge will start flowing from the negatively charged body to the positively charged body. Okay, the electrons will start flowing. So as it is losing the extra electron potential, and the potential of this one, the potential difference will start decreasing. If previously this was the difference, when the charge starts flowing, the difference will reduce, and at times what will happen? There is no potential difference anymore. They both have the same potential. So no difference is there. So then what will happen? The charge flow will stop. But in our house, charge flow never stops. We are getting a continuous current. So what is happening? So that tells us that there must be some kind of arrangement. If I want to get a continuous current flow, I must introduce a system, or I must arrange something which will maintain the potential difference between these two. Correct?
Yes.
Generally, that system is called battery, or we call, for bigger purpose, we call it generator. Okay. Now, what a battery does? You can see that a battery, let us just show it in this way. This is positive part and this is negative part. A battery has two ends. One is positive end, another one is negative end. The positive end, let us say we connected it to the positively charged body, and the negative end, we connected it to the negatively charged body. So what will happen here? This battery has already stored some amount of charge, right? Capacitor, battery, or capacitor. If you remember, in static electricity, we studied this with the video, that in a parallel plate capacitor, we can actually store the charges. Okay, that means we have stored some energy. Now, using that energy, we will run this electricity. Okay, so we will run this system. So what will happen? Now, when the electrons start to flow, this will lose extra electron, right? So if it loses all the extra electron, then what will happen? It will become neutral. But we cannot let it become neutral. আমরা এটাকে অ্যালাউ করতে পারবো না যে এটা নিউট্রাল হয়ে যাবে, কারণ এটা নিউট্রাল হয়ে গেলে আর কোনো চার্জ ফ্লো হবে না। সো এটা যাতে নিউট্রাল না হয়, সেজন্য আমরা কি করব? আবার এদিকে ইলেকট্রন ফ্লো আমরা থামাইতে পারবো না। উই ওয়ান্ট দ্যাট ইলেকট্রন টু ফ্লো, রাইট? তো ইলেকট্রনও ফ্লো হবে, আবার আমি এটাকে নিউট্রালও হইতে দিতে পারবো না। হাউ ক্যান উই ডু দ্যাট? See, I have connected it to the negative end of the battery. So this negative end of the battery will continuously supply electron to this body. Understood? This negative end, if you connect it to this body, this will continuously supply the electron. One electron gone, one electron comes from here. One electron gone, another electron comes from here. So as a result, what will happen? It will not become chargeless. It will not become neutral any sooner, because as soon as it is losing some electron, we are filling up the space with another electron. Understood? This is what is happening with the negative end. What about the positive end?
স্যার, নেগেটিভ এন্ডটা আরেকবার বুঝেন তো।
Battery has one positive end, one negative end, and in the negative end we have electron, right? So this electron we can supply to this body, because we do not want this to become neutral. I will tell you again. As soon as we connect through a conductor, electron will be flowing. So this body is losing electron. It has some extra electron, due to which we are getting this electron flow. So if it gives all the extra electron, then there will be no more extra electron to flow, right? So current flow will stop. So that is why what we are doing, we have arranged a supply of electron to this body. One electron is flowing from here to here also. Understood? Are you getting my point? Okay, continuously we will supply electrons from here so that it does not become neutral no matter what the electrons are going out from here. তোমরা কি বুঝতে পারতেছো নাকি আমার কথা বুঝতে অসুবিধা হচ্ছে? আমারও মনে হচ্ছে যে ইংলিশ বলতে আমার কেন জানি একটু অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, অনেকদিন আসলে মাঝখানে কথা বলি নাই তো এই কারণে একটু সমস্যা হয়ে যাচ্ছে। অসুবিধা নেই, তোমরা
বুঝছি
না
স্যার।
বুঝলে আমাকে খালি বললেই হবে। খুবই সিম্পল কথাবার্তা। এর এক্সট্রা ইলেকট্রন আছে, এই ইলেকট্রন গুলা ও এখানে ফ্লো করতেছে, যেটা আমাদের দরকার, আমাদের কারেন্ট ফ্লোটা দরকার, তাই না? তো ও কি করবে, এটা এখানে ফ্লো করতেছে। তো ও যে এক্সট্রা ইলেকট্রন গুলা আছে সেগুলো যদি সবগুলো দিয়ে দেয় তাইলে তো নিউট্রাল হয়ে যাবে। নিউট্রাল হয়ে গেলে আর কারেন্ট ফ্লো আমরা পাবো না। তো আমরা ওকে নিউট্রাল হইতে দিতে পারবো না, আমরা ওকে নেগেটিভলি চার্জ রাখতে হবে। সো তাইলে সেটা কিভাবে করতে পারবো? আমরা এই যে ইলেকট্রন যেটা চলে যাচ্ছে, ঠিক সেম ইলেকট্রন যদি আবার এখান থেকে কোনোখান থেকে সাপ্লাই দিয়ে আবার এখানে স্টোর করে ফেলতে পারি, তাইলে তো আমার কাজ হয়ে গেল। আমি কন্টিনিউয়াসলি একটা ইলেকট্রন ফ্লো এখানে পাবো, দ্যাট মিন্স কন্টিনিউয়াসলি একটা কারেন্টের ফ্লো পাবো। বিষয়টা কি বুঝা গেল?
জি স্যার।
যদি কেউ না বুঝে থাকো, ভিডিওর কথাগুলা পরে একটু পজ দিয়ে দিয়ে শুনে একটু চিন্তা করিও, ঠিক আছে? আশা করি বুঝতে সমস্যা হবে না। সো দিস ইজ দ্য ওয়ে দ্যাট উই গেট আ কন্টিনিউয়াস ফ্লো অফ চার্জ। ওকে, তো এখানে এখন দেখো ইলেকট্রিক কারেন্ট, তোমাদের যে বইয়ের লাইনগুলো আছে, লেট মি এক্সপ্লেইন দোজ আ লিটল। আমি এটা লাগানো ছাড়া এত জোরে ছিল, আমি এটা লাগাতে ভুলে গেছি, তারপরে তোমরা আমার কথা ক্লিয়ারলি শুনতেছিলা?
জি স্যার।
Awesome, mashallah. Okay, so now let us go through the lines of the textbook. We have discussed in the previous chapter that if two bodies have potential difference, the charge flows from the body of higher potential to the body of lower potential. The flow of charges, just like, I gave you the example of the body at different temperature. When two bodies come into contact with each other, and if there is temperature difference means one will be at higher temperature, another will be at lower temperature. So the heat will flow, but heat will flow from which body to which body? Body of higher temperature to body of lower temperature, or from body of lower temperature to body of higher temperature. Which direction the heat will flow?
Higher temperature to lower.
From higher temperature to the body of lower temperature. That is the direction of heat flow, right? In case of electric current, this is same. It will flow from the point of higher potential to the point of lower potential. Okay. That is the direction of flow of current. Okay, there is a little bit difference of the flow of current direction and the direction of electron flow. There is a little bit difference. Inshallah, we will get to that, no problem. Acha, now the flow of charges continues until the potential becomes equal. See, there is potential difference, there will be current flow, but potential have become equal, there will be no current flow. This flow of charge is the flow of current or electricity, which we generally call electricity. Using this electricity, light turn on, fan rotate, and the phone charges. Okay. Electromotive force and potential difference. Now, in the last chapter, we have already studied about potential difference. Electromotive force is almost the similar thing. Just a little bit of difference is there. What difference is there? Inshallah, we will get to know. See, you can understand that electricity flows only if there is potential difference. Understood? If there is no potential difference, no electricity flow. Okay, if we want to get a continuous flow of electricity, we have to always maintain the potential difference. This is what I just told you, right? If the potential difference must be there. Okay, to maintain the potential difference, we are supplying the electron, right? আচ্ছা, and cannot let it be equal. আমরা potential equal হইতে পারবো না, আর যে ডিফারেন্সটা আছে ডিফারেন্সটা somehow আমাকে মেইনটেইন করতেই হবে, তাইলে আমি একটা ফ্লো পাবো। If potential is created using a positive charge in a sphere, then connecting it with another uncharged sphere in figure 11.01. In the figure, if the book is in front of you, you can see that there are two bodies. One is positively charged, another one, there is no charge shown. That means it is not negatively charged, not positively charged, it is neutral. Okay. Acha, if potential is created using positive charge in a sphere and then connecting it with another uncharged sphere by a metal wire, as the electricity starts flowing, see, with some metal wire we have connected it. Metals are very good conductor of electricity. Acha, let me tell you, we have a little bit of time left. Within that time, I would like to explain what is actually a conductor. There are three types of material. Number one, conductor. Number two, semiconductor. And number three, insulator. Now, based on what we name this? If a material is there through which the electricity can flow very easily, then we can say that this is a good conductor because it conducts electricity easily. And insulator is what? Insulator is something through which electricity cannot flow at all. Insulator is something through which electricity cannot flow at all. So this is insulator, and there is conductor through which easily can flow. Insulator is something with through which the electricity cannot flow at all. So in between, you understand, there is semiconductor through which the electricity will flow, but not to the amount that it used to flow through the conductor. Through conductor, it is high amount, easily it can flow. But semiconductor, there is some resistance. I hope you understand the meaning of resistance, even though you did not study. এক মিনিট, তোমরা কি রেজিস্ট্যান্স পড়ছো এখনো? আমি তো ভুলে গেলাম হঠাৎ করে। না না, রেজিস্ট্যান্স তোমরা পড়ো না, রেজিস্ট্যান্স তোমরা সামনে পড়বা। ওই যে ওহমস ল যখন পড়বা, তোমরা কুলম্বস ল পড়ছো, ওহমস ল পড়ো না। ওহমস ল সামনে যখন পড়বো তখন we will get to know about resistance, but you can understand the idea. তোমার হাঁটার পথে যদি অনেকগুলা বাধা থাকে, সেগুলোকে আমরা বলি রেজিস্ট্যান্স। তো ঠিক একইভাবে electricity is trying to flow through this material. If it is facing less amount of resistance, then it can flow easily. Resistance মানে বাংলায় যদি বলি বাধা। So less amount of resistance, it can easily flow. That is a conductor. But there is a little bit of resistance. That is why it is flowing, but not to that great amount that it was flowing in the time of conductor. So this is semiconductor because there is a little bit of resistance and the flow is not that much, but there is flow. But insulator, the resistance is very high that the electron is not being able to pass through. Okay, so বিষয়টা আমি একটা অনেকটা এভাবে চিন্তা করতে চেষ্টা করি। Think like a road. If the road is free, highway, very less amount of car, almost no car, so you can drive very comfortably without applying the brake at 100 speed or 200 speed. You can flow, you can drive. But if there is a little bit of amount of car, then what you have to do, you have to drive a little bit of carefully. You can go forward, but a little carefully. You have to change the lane maybe several times, and then you can go forward. Semiconductor. But if there is traffic jam, some accident happened, fully blocked, all the cars are stopped, you cannot move forward even if a little, a little bit. You have everyone is waiting by switching off the car, start off করে দিয়ে wait করতেছে. That is insulator. I hope you got the idea, right? We have less than 1 minute, so inshallah we will continue our discussion in the future classes. Okay.
Okay sir.
Okay, so see you
Sir,
then.
আপনি ক্লাস স্টার্ট কোন করছেন?
হ্যাঁ,
মনে আছে স্টার্ট কোন করছেন ক্লাস?
9:06 or 7 এর দিকে। এই যে 9:48 হয়ে গেছে এখন, দ্যাট মিন্স এরকমের দিকেই স্টার্ট করছি। কেন?
ও না, আজকে একটু লম্বা লাগছে।